I just don't even know, bro. Man. Fine. Breathe. Let me just do one top push-up. Never again. Never. You didn't even know what you wanted to do. You was confused. And you did something, right, to just get something just going, but you stopped. And you just decided to do something else to be more comfortable because you didn't want to do it. This is what spirituality is. You know? This is what spirituality is. It has become like this. It's became fake and very gay. That's what spirituality has become. Spirituality has become a way to escape chaos when we're going through things in our life. That's what it has become. That's why we listen to people like Eckhart Tolle and that. I listen to that. Being a present moment. Right? But it's not in a way to overcome and also deliver purpose and stand for things. That's what it is. It became fake and gay. It's kind of like ASMR videos because we don't want to face the position we're in. You know, instead of going to the unknown and try to figure things out because it's too much of a mental strain, we read tarot cards. We read spiritual Uno cards. You know, we read these spiritual Uno cards. You know what I'm saying? They tell us about our lives, our gifts, our zodiacs. This is what we fucking do. Read these spiritual Uno cards, these tarot cards. This is what spirituality has turned into. You know, I'm not saying I'm spiritual because it's more so like in the religious sense, right? Let me tell you what I do. Yes, I meditate. I fast. I ground my feet. You know, never asked or rejected, tried, failed. You know, probably did lucid dream, vivid dreams, yeah. Do have vivid thoughts. I be in the present. You know, tapped in, have I talked to my ancestors? Never did. You know, I'm aware. But that's about I get to closest to spirituality. You know, I learned some things and I heard this, vice versa. But that's about it. Like, spirituality just became just ASMR. It's not the most crazy thing. It's just kind of goofy to me. I mean, yeah, people have their channels to talk about this. If they're passionate in it, if they're a teacher, okay. But it's kind of like a fad. You know? With me, I was really never into like the spirituality type of stuff. Like when I found it, I found people who was like kind of into it, but they wasn't talking about spirituality. They were talking about the world problems, stuff like that. It's more something they done on the side. It wasn't like a fad or look at me. I got my necklaces on and I'm this and that. Follow me. You know what I'm saying? It was more so a discipline, and how I kind of found it is through somebody like exposing somebody or whatever. I don't know. It was just later on, you know. But that's about it. But then I started getting deeper to it. I was never really into it. What kind of caught me first was like the manosphere, because I like the camaraderie. Men talking about their problems, right? Not being a victim, coming together, standing for something. The monk lifestyle, getting back on the groove again. Remember what they are, what they stand against. Spirituality kind of makes you like a passive, tells you you're one with all and you're great. You don't need to do anything. You're fine. That's what it does. When I started looking deeper into it, kind of dissecting, it doesn't give you the armor to fight and charge back. It just gives you these necklaces and these crystals and tells you you're going to be protected. That's what it tells you. For me, looking back, I never went too deep, but from what I saw on the outside, it just wasn't for like real people, real humans, real men. That space is not for real people, real men. That's for feminine type of people, feminine men. That's for women. Oh, be vulnerable, be this. You be vulnerable so your enemies could attack you. I'm saying this in a metaphorical sense. You don't want to be vulnerable. You want to protect yourself. Like they say, protect your energy. It just became so fake and gay. But look at my necklace. It's a fad. It's like religion. Look at me. I got my church clothes on. I'm a church person now. I read it like, it's just so fake. It's more so the discipline. All I need you to do is go into the darkness, go into the zone, meditate, fast, tap in with God's source, and go out in the world. Because it's going to be a fight. You're dealing with chaos. You cannot run away from it. Us people, guys specifically, we've been tying to spirituality to run from the world because, let's be honest, it's hard. I've been running away from it. That existentialism, that depression, darkening of the soul, man, is dark. Spirituality is going to make it worse. Yeah, you can meditate this and that, have your bliss, but the darkness will come in and out because you are in this physical realm, which is dual. So you're going to have to fight and grow some tough skin. Not tough skin like alligator skin, leather skin. I'm talking about internal. You're going to have to develop that internal grit to fight. Meditation will help you. Fasting will help you. Spirituality is supposed to be a discipline. Not supposed to be some sort of dumbass ideology. Oh, look at my necklaces. And look at my beads and my gay-ass fake Native American earrings. You know what I'm saying? Having a hairstyle. Look at my dreadlocks. I did get dreadlocks. It was not dreadlocks. It was freeforms. A couple years ago, I took it off. It was not because of spirituality bullshit to tap into my natural roots. None of that lame shit. It's because I wanted to do it like that. I took it off, whatever. That was years ago. Be yourself, man. But that's what people do. They get the dreadlocks. They get the... That's just a fad, man. You're making it to like a trend. That's what it was. I don't know if people are still on it. I'll see some people still doing this. But I just kind of didn't respect it. I like the camaraderie where people talk about things, their problems. They have something to fight for. Like men. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was kind of like gravitated toward the manosphere. While on the side looking at spiritual stuff, It just didn't grab onto me like the main sort of the camaraderie, like the space. Even though it was a little negative, you know, extreme. But sometimes we need that extremity to push us forward. Because the comfort, the goodness may not help us. We need like a trigger. We need a motivation. We need an urge. That's what it tells you to do. Spirituality, just resist the urges. But it's okay though. You live and learn. Now it's became a practice. Look at me, I'm this and I'm vulnerable, and I'm going to these retreats and doing ayahuasca and all these crazy drugs, and instead of tapping in with your mind's enough. You don't need to do that. Your mind's enough. You don't know how powerful your brain is. It has been research just conducted on your brain. Why are you doing these things outside of yourself? And now you're going through these changes. You don't even know what you want to do. That's why a lot of people left it, the LOA, the law of attraction, all that type of stuff. Because not that they were taught wrong, they were just led astray in a direction that did not work in their favor because they didn't understand the grand scheme of these things. They just wanted to join this and that. And they went a little too far. Now they look cooked. Now they don't even know what they doing with their life. Some of them back in religion, a lot of them just don't even, they're just fucked up. You need a purpose. You need something to fight for. You need to continue on. That's when you need an armor, because things are getting harder, bro. And the stuff that how y'all taught in the spiritual space is not going to help you, especially men. I see women kind of left that shit. Like, they not doing it. They in a lot of that shit, if you're not too careful, your aura's too open, you can invite demons. So you got to kind of be careful with some of that spiritual shit, because a lot of it is kind of demonic too. You can invite demons. So a lot of people I knew who got into it became demonic. Like, you got to be careful with that shit. A lot of it's like an agenda. Like, if your aura is strong, you have grit, physical strength, mental strength, it's hard for demons to enter your space. That's why I say spirituality has become fake and gay. And I see what it has done to people, and it's made them degenerate. It's turned them to agates, maggots, faggots. And it's made them the worst of themselves, because when you resist the urges, it's going to increase. You become a bigger beast. You only hold on to your childhood trauma. You got to face that motherfucker like a beast. You got to keep going. That shadow self of you is not going to disappear to the day you die. You got to just move forward. Or it's going to get smaller and smaller like a pebble, but it will never disappear because it's a part of you. That's a shadow element. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they don't tell you how to move forward. They just tell you, oh, be vulnerable and loving and this. No, everybody don't. Nah, that's crazy. They tell you, oh, this, look at my beads, and you gotta know. Be yourself. You're being fake. You're born with a name. You're born with this. That is who you are. Stop that shit. Especially guys or whatever doing this, or I'm trying to, impress the women to make them look like I'm this good spiritual guy for them. No, you look like a soy boy. We all been, kind of like that nice guy, but it doesn't make you look presentable. You need to show strength, integrity, and articulation that you know where you're going. You got to be direct. Not like that to look comfortable, make people feel comfortable. If people don't like you, they don't feel comfortable. You know what they could do? They could get the fuck out of your fucking face. They could go on Google Maps and find another place to fucking live and get out of your fucking face. You don't got to make everybody feel comfortable to you. That's how you let demons come around you and you get backdoored. I've seen people who's in that shit that really fucked a lot of people up. Now that I think about it, everybody who was in that spiritual space, guys specifically, it fucked them up. They didn't know the right way to go behind this. This is a way to channel your energies and you fight. It doesn't stop. It ruined people. People in 2019, 2018 to now, they're fucked even worse. It was a psyop. I think some of the spiritual stuff was a psyop. It has ruined people. It has become fake and gay. It has destroyed a lot of men and women. I knew some people who was in it. They're the worst. You gotta be careful, bro. This shit is not a joke. You're gonna invite demons. Now the problems in their life triple times 3, because now they open a space, they auric field to demons and interdimensional spatial beings that they don't know of. I didn't go too far. I was suppressed, but I knew my place. I didn't say I just knew what place to go to automatically, but I knew just don't go too far with this shit. Relax, bro. Chill. Just go to sleep or whatever. Go take a damn walk. I don't got to do all this extra crazy erratic ass shit. It's all cool, bro. God has me. I just got to have faith and just move forward and be simple. You went too far, man. This is what spirituality's done. It's fucking dangerous. Be careful. Y'all let me know. Peace. Not peace, peace. Peace. I'm out of here. People telling you peace, peace. Just say peace, bro. And deuces. That's it. Keep it simple, direct, straightforward. Okay? Bye, you guys. Y'all let me know.